Good day and welcome to another edition of Outsider Genie, where we're going to look at the meeting 25th of July on Turffontein. To start this meeting, the first four races are juvenile races, and I don't normally give uh, selections on juvenile races, but I'll have a quick review of that just shortly. And then there's only actually four races I'm going to talk on because the other races in July, which we already have covered on various videos. And so, um, yeah, and let's have a look at the betting to start this review of this preview. The first race, number 5, Forever Mine, 31 to 20, 17 to Line Cruise, 15 to 4 Southeast, Confessor 12 to 1, and 14 to 1, and longer the rest. Then we look at race number 2, Letitia's Angel 2 to 1, Toto 9 to 2, Moments Like This 13 to 2, Bardra 10 to 1, 11 to 1, Brooklyn Bridge, Aberdale 12 to 1, 13 to 1, and longer the rest. Then we look at race number 3, another short Margaret Cockles, number 1, Almadar, Even Money, Bold Resolved 72. That's also Mike. That might be a nice exact class. 7 to 1 for yourself. Kingsley's Heart, Stradom 8 to 1. Funky Music 14 to 1. Stone Cold 14 to 1, and longer the rest. Then we look at race number 4. Anything Goes 13 to 10. 92 Club of Ice. Sacred Lotus 9 to 1. 9 to 1 Liverpool Legend. Keeping the Peace 10 to 1. Secret Strike 11 to 1, and longer the rest. Now, before let's look at race number 5. Ideal Angel 14 to 10, and Flame 16 to 10, 10 to 1 Flower Season 14 to 1, uh, Island Mistress, Menage at 20 to 1, and longer the rest. Now, before we now start our preview, I had a discussion on Wednesday when I did that uh, preview of the July with Pierce Stradom, and he said to me, unfortunately, he's not riding in Durban, but he has a chance on a few horses in Gauteng. So definitely Pierce Stradom, one of the guys to follow, and then also another one to follow is Luke Ferraris. He also had some nice winners, so he's also a jockey in form. So those might be the two jockeys that you want to follow. So let's just scroll down to race number 5. Um, I'll start my preview. Um, just for the sake of the pick 6 players, for the pick 6, I think in race number 4, it looks to me like number 1 and number 2 are the strong horses that you need to put in. And maybe this horse of Liverpool Legend might, with Ferraris on, you might want to chuck that also into your pick 6 in the first leg. Um, he ran on nicely over a longer distance last time, but it's drawn 12, so that can be to his advantage. So, and Secret Strike is straight on. He might also be in with a chance, so you might want to add those two and kick off your pick 6 with 4 horses in the first leg. Then we move down to race number 5. Well, race number 5 is a 1600-meter maiden plate where I really like the look of number 1, a Flame. I think number 1, a Flame, has got a very good chance. Last time out was flying, cramped, carried out at the 650. He switched around and came again, but he just wasn't in time. Please note that today is on the 25th. It's on the stand side, and I believe a Flame is one of your better bets of the day. Flower Season has had some nice run, but fluffed its lines a little bit. Now coming off in the last race, but now coming off a race, but drawn 12, but in with a chance. Artist Cape to an Arrow special preview Mir hasn't shown really anything. Was soundly beaten by Karaluma last time out, so difficult to access. Kotsapachi has other plays here and there. Maybe can come in for the places. Then another one of the other favorites in this race is number 10, Ideal Angel. I have had one run, but as I always say, we had a nice run, fastest 400 to finish, but you sometimes want a horse to repeat it in the second race, and then it doesn't happen. So trot carefully with number 10, Ideal Angel. 11, Jack Swan. Um, hasn't shown much. Andrew Fortune drawn 15, maybe put in the back ends of your quartets. Then Perfect Passion. I'm sure with this breeding, this horse will improve. Definitely a horse that you need to include in all your play in terms of quartets, trifectas, because this horse will be improver. Then Minaj, Pomodoro, it's a 2-year-old. It has shown some form and then went a bit off, but maybe just needed to run last time and can come back and put that also in your quartets. And that then is race 5. Let's now move on to race number 6, where race number 6 is a Phyllis Amaze handicap over 1160. Let's have a look at the betting. The betting is as follows: Eskimo Keys 15 to 10, and Boylan 3 to 1, Up Close and Personal 9 to 2, Capitina 6 to 1, the fifth wave 8 to 1, Too Fat to Fly 12s, and better the rest. Here we have also number 1, Eskimo Kisses, has won its last 2 races, has raced against, let me just quickly have a look here. It is a Class B, average merit rating 85. So she has a run in this class and won in this class. Class B, 3 runs, 2 wins, and certainly the horse to beat. But I do expect this horse, number 6, and Boylan, with Pierce Stradom on board, to improve. There is a slight weight turnaround, and he can run or even beat Eskimo Kisses. Number 7, Up Close and Personal, was third behind Anne Boylan, but I don't think the turnaround in weights can bring her closer to number 6. I might have to eat my words afterwards, but I'm comfortable that number 6 will finish in front of number 7. Then we move on to the July, which we have previewed extensively already. So I'm not going to do the July now. All I want to say is here, my selection is 2 to win, and number 5 to second, and number 3, Golden Ducat, the half brother to Rainbow Breach, to finish third. But open race, but my confidence selection for this race is number 2, Rainbow Reach. Then we move on to race number 8, where we have a plate race. So normally the best handicap horses do win. Shivers is an Clever Guy. Zoave, Silver God, and Soldier On. Zoave is a 6-year-old, always runs a good race, always there and thereabouts, carrying top weight, but can win this race. Number 2, Clever Guy. When he decides to run on his day, he can also be a contender. But I think the distance is too far for him. Then we go to number 3, Silver God. Silver God for Luke Ferraris. Luke Ferraris won with this horse a few runs back. And as the horse has run relatively well against a strong opposition, you're looking at 102, 106, and 104. Let us just quickly look what is the average minute rating on this plate race. The average minute rating is 100. So Silver God has run against some stronger. When he was also a younger horse, Sean Terry used to think a lot of him, can be involved in the finish. Here we have number 4, Soldier On. Now, if you have a look where Soldier On has run against Sukrat, Wonderwall, Buffalo Bill Cowdy, all those horses, and he gets -4, he's carrying 48. I think Soldier On in this race will be hard to beat. But we do have an upcoming nice 3-year-old Savannah filly, Shivers. She's also run well. I think it's going to be a nice tussle between her and number 4, Soldier On. Shivers, my vote for Shivers to come through. She ran closely behind Simon Pudding, Mount Laurel, and Milk Queen. So I do feel that will be a good race between numbers 5 and 6. Other horses of champion chances. Number 6, Kayla's Champ, has also run against Summer Pudding and has had a good run or two behind Summer Pudding. There's also a horse and I think this horse can also feature. Then we get to the 9th and last race. It's a maiden plate over 1,600 meters. You got number 1, Epagalia, has had some places, but is drawn 12, a little bit wide, but can can be involved in the finish. Number 2, Fast Draw. Fast Draw is a place getter that had already 13 runs, 2 seconds, 2/3, and 4/4. But Pierre Stradom is riding, and there was a time that if you out of money in the last race, you just go for Pierre Stradom, you go home a winner. So drawn 1 has run some reasonable races, but as I said, already a maiden, can't expect too much. A long time maiden can't expect too much improvement. Cool Baikel has also been there and thereabouts, fourth in his last, third in his last 4 runs. Always get somebody to beat him. And also drawn 15, which is not in his favor. Royal Tiger hasn't shown a lot yet, but has been finishing between 4 and 5 ranks behind, can improve. Jungle Book has had early in career had a few nice runs, but we have to wait here for improvement. Then I move down to number 9, Blackjack. Back to Black, sorry, Blackjack, back to Black. Drawn 5, definitely a horse with a big chance. Do not ignore, put into your calculations. Elusive Swan, I'm also expecting this horse to start improving, so include into your quartet. Then we have number 12, Imperial Master, who had a month ago had his first run. He finished second at third behind Almadar. If Almadar runs well today, this will bring this horse into the reckoning. Drawn 6, definitely not a horse to ignore. And then number 3, Gypsy King. Luke Ferraris riding draw 9 will also be involved in the finish and will be there when the photos are taken. Another horse that I just want to, you must not leave out of your calculation is What a Win, is What a What. I also think that this horse can be improved, although drawn 10, that might be a big disadvantage, but can be involved in the finish and can place. So that brings us into the end of our preview for Turffontein. I hope you have a good day wherever you punt. Just a little bit of advice. Somebody told me once that said that on days like this, it's better to focus at Turffontein because you don't have so many good horses running where when you punt on a July card, you've got a lot of horses, good horses running against each other, so your chances is much less to win. But when you focus on a race day like Turffontein, and you maybe pick 1 or 2 good jockeys like Stradom and Ferraris, and you follow them because all of the other good jockeys is in Durban, then you might pick up a few rand. So I hope you follow that advice. Have a nice day, and as I always say, break a